Hi everybody, this is Joanna. Thank you. Woo! Look at all the rays of light. Shall we shine on? Shall we shine on? Woo! Hi everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This is Joanna, and today we are going to talk of sacred ascension, healings, and wisdoms. And the topic that we wanted to talk about today was stepping into the unknown and stepping into the new, and how we can shift our perspective and co-create it in a way that's really, really exciting. As we've been moving through this past year, I've been tested in so many various ways to really release old versions of our definitions of who we thought we were, who I thought I was, being defined so much and so steeped by those around us that we've co-created stories together for eons and Akash lineage and ancestors of their roles in their lifetimes, that we each and every one of us are here to press out, press beyond, and break free. Break free from the limitations, break free from the patterns of roles and definitions that we've placed ourselves within and have others placed ourselves within and projected within our social relationship stories, whether it's socioeconomic, whether it's banking and educational, whatever it is. But each and every time that we feel those urgings within that say, this feels like a box that I'm not quite comfortable in playing anymore, that's when we step forward and say, I'm ready to press out anew, because you're starting that vibrational thread that actually starts co-creating new templates of co-creative experience that you get to walk on. And that's what's really, really important, and why we're feeling this kind of surrendering energy right now within the collective. And this surrendering energy is just that surrendering into the deepest part of the womb, if you will, through which that seed of creation is always sparked, through the Adam, Eve, Antine particles of who we are as source creator, inspiring the awakening of all beings on this planet, to release and start relinquishing those old aspects of who we thought we were, just like layers of clothes that don't feel comfortable anymore. It's density that we don't have to carry. And why we go creating these beautiful rays of light. We're bringing light, we're bringing the light factor, lightening up to that which was heavy and dark and dense and limiting, and played through fear and subjugation and control. Every single person on this planet, without doubt, is working on releasing subjugation, because that's the right of this planet. It has been the planet of density and duality and polarity, which means us, them, pulling back and forth of the light and the dark and all of those experiences. Every single person on this planet, without exception, is working through those issues at a soul level, to relieve the soul from density so that the soul may evolve. Each and every one of us are sacred geometries. We are each factoring in parts as we raise our vibration, we're being lifted to a new aspect of our soul's higher self. We're constantly being lifted to higher vibrational threads of experience. Sacred geometries fitting together. The lower has to meet with the higher, and then the higher lifts that piece up. And these are done in vibrational experiences and increments, known as the vibrational cycle of ascension. And you get to feel them through the cycles of who you know yourself to be, whether you're in an awakening and ingathering phase, whether you're in your integration phase, where you get to practice the behaviors that you've now chosen to take on as that new higher vibrational you, whether you're in a release version of you, releasing those densities just before you awaken to a new higher vibrational light packet, perspective of activation within all that you are as a sacred geometry. You go through that release. You have to release that density so that you can open up to that greater light that wants to come in and bathe you, bathe your cells, bathe your bodies, bathe your light patterns. That it's releasing old denser patterns, and you're stepping up into this new now. This is who I am. I'm one with source. I'm ready to go. Who am I now? And then you reach out to that higher vibrational light field. And this is how we co-create moment for moment for moment now, healing all versions of you, all forms of you, all reality versions of you, because every aspect of you that's also threaded together with all other aspects of you are also dealing with control in various perspectives and various levels and various forms, various stories, planetarily, galactically, and universally. Just at different versions, because this is one of the denser quadrants of this galaxy. So we tend to deal with control in various ways. So they're channeling through me. Thank you, Divine Galactic Federations. Thank you. So that we understand that as we release these energies of stories, they're coming through infinite ways through which we move through our moment for moment life, continuing certain programs, even at the subtle experiences, doing the same routine day in and day out. All of those are threads within the story of control and subjugation, and what you've believed yourself to be within any one program, any one experience. But you're an infinite soul of infinite light, and you can move yourself as infinitely as light is. And so what we wanted to offer today is that experience of perceiving change and the unknown as something great, And it's really exciting for me because one of my excitements is to break out and keep pressing out to break codes and programs to bring in new light and infuse light into something that was dense and compact. But oftentimes it's also very uncertain, if you will, not uncertain, trepidatious, because there's nothing that's been done before, and those of what I channel and how I bring it to the earth. I have no idea anything that's going on the rest of the planet. I'm bringing the information straight from the councils, straight from the Christ conscious, straight from my guides. So they understand how and who these energies and codes will assist those that are awakening, those that are working on science, those that are working in different experiences. And then their guides and their beings and groups and councils that they work with thread it all together. It's an elegant dance that I can't explain and describe because there is just no way that we do that. So they're offering codes and information through this experience right now, and why I'm stopping in the energy flow, because there's information traveling through me and honoring in the process of everyone's ability to grasp, take in. You're at the grocery store and you get to pick what you want off the shelf. So at a vibrational higher self soul level, that is what they're showing me is occurring right now. And so it's a multidimensional experience that I'm experiencing right now. And sometimes I forget that I'm actually channeling and talking, so that I have to keep the flow of the story going. I'm getting lost in what they're showing me. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, yes. So the excitement sometimes and that trepidation that I feel as one that is breaking out into something new, it's like, okay, holy crap, this has never been done before. And what do I want it to look like for me? Because that's also a part of the role as well, is those of us that are light workers, those of us that are masters and teacher light workers, teaching other light workers and offering these to other light workers, because we've been doing this for so very long. We're old souls. We've been here many times, many other planets and timelines. So we're excited now to finally offer who we are and not be, not feel that subjugation of who we are. We're being blessed by our gifts, and people are honoring and needing us for our gifts. So it's a great time to be a light worker, an old soul, because we get to offer all that we are in great excitement, and it serves. There's people actually absorbing and picking off the shelf what is vibrationally in attunement to who they are. And that's why there's so many beautiful experiences that you can connect with, and always discern from in your heart what feels right for you. Does it feel expansive? Does it feel light? Does it feel unconditional? Then you understand that it's in alignment with Source Creator. So go back to what we were talking about again, Spirit. Thank you. Yes. Okay. The discomfort that trepidation carries is that we're allowing ourselves to be and live more like Spirit, which is in that higher state of flow and channeling. So just as, okay, I'm just trying to get comfortable with channeling and telling my own story. So they're saying that my story will come out in whatever we're coming with. So again, we're getting used to new ways of discussion so that I can offer the highest expansive information and packets of information to what is needed, but also offer my story to what's important for me, so that I can also be of joy and of excitement in what I'm offering. And that's very important to those of you that are teachers and masters, because you need to also allow this story to be in oneness with your excitement of who you are as Source. Always align it back to, what do I want to see out of this story? Because if you didn't have that, then you wouldn't be offering the fullest potentiation and codes for what you were channeling, because you would be blocking it to be only of that, of giving it to everybody else and not honoring who you are as a part of that story. Does that make sense? There are so many light workers that, and I practice this as well, so this is how I know, and they want me to bring this forward. There are often light workers that say, this is my role, this is just what I'm offering, and they take themselves out of that. But however, they're missing the oneness of that experience. And it's really important that we offer this, just as this is Source Creator. Every single of these light rays is a part of the process. So if you take yourself out just because you say, I'm a channeler, I'm not involved in this, I'm just offering this, I'm the conduit, that's all I am. No, you're absolutely a part of every ray. You have to have your excitement and joy and honoring of what you're going to receive out of it as a part of this whole package, light package. So allow yourself to know that although it was very selfless in the olden days of service and sacrifice, this comes from dogma, of outdated dogma, that you had to be of selfless service. And that's why the paradigm and the duality of those that say, oh, you're very selfish if you go and do something that seems to be in alignment with Spirit. those are all outdated statements of selflessness and service based on old dogma, because they were in the notion that I am simply of service and it has no bearing to my enjoyment factor of oneness with source, and that's impossible. So if you allow yourself to feel that way and experience your experience of service that way, then you will be devoid of your highest excitement and joy in the oneness process of being a part of this beautiful dance that's ever honoring your joy within it. So do what you do because the joy of within it. Everything that I do is an offering of excitement. I love teaching. This is why I teach. It's my excitement. It's my joy. And I'm all aspects of these light rays. I'm not saying that I'm just a conduit. It doesn't have anything to do with me. So here you go. You're taking yourself out of the joy that source wants to give you. So allow those old energies of dogma and selflessness to be reworded and restructured to be the allness of that you are, so that you can be a part of, well, how is this going to serve me? How do I want to be a part of this? It's always a part of it. Your service as a light worker, as a master, as a teacher master, you have that right to say, how do I want to see this be for me? Because I want to get joy out of it too. That's always utmost and foremost, the top priority. That way you're going to bring forward the most elegant array of energy that is all things. You're not going to limit it in any way. So your joy factor should be the utmost in whatever service work that you choose to do, and release those old dogma energies about being selfless service. It should always be the joyful dance, and therefore understanding a new higher vibrational experience of service. Because each and every one of us that have been light workers, we've all had those pushing and pulling energies of, asking for money for your spiritual gifts. It's all a return of energy. It's all energy. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. If you're passionate and pure about what you do with authenticity, and it's pure of integrity, and it's pure with authenticity, the infinite supply that is source, you have every right to say, I am opening to whatever receiving of any blessings and any gifts the infinite supply of source allows me to be garnered today, because I do great work and I receive great pay. Those are the initial teachings of Jesus. God is the infinite supply, all things, all rays. Don't limit yourself from any part of it. Be within it. Be the joy within your service. Be the joy within breaking down and crying in a beautiful service of who you are with your clients and with your customers and with your YouTube participants. Be that. It's your fullest expression of your light with source. And release the notion that you have to separate yourself from all that you're passionately bringing forward, because it can't be. That's where sometimes that resistance of emotional allness comes from, is because there is a part of you that says, I'm not supposed to feel this. No, you're absolutely supposed to feel it. Feel it. Be authentic with it. Allow the beauty of source to transcend and transform only you as well as all others, because that is pure authenticity. You're not taking yourself out of the equation. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh yes, that breaking free into something new. So that breaking free of something new, is change the perspective. It can be exciting. It can be exuberant. It can be like anything you've ever known. And we're going to give you a few examples, because this is what they were showing me, is that first you have to sit and say, okay, this is what my life, if you're doing, once a week, do that life review reflection. What is it that I've gone through this week? How have I grown? How have I learned? I'm being more in tune with my dreams, that multidimensional self-care, soul growth template that we've created and we put on our Facebook, however you want to do it, that guides you physically, mentally, emotionally, etherically, that lower vibrational, we say lower only because it's a word that we describe in differentiation of the higher sacred geometry that you are. There's no quantitative or qualitative experience of what I'm saying. As you allow this aspect of your sacred geometry to become renewed and honored and loved, and self-care and cleansing and clearing and all of those things that we do in our ascension cycle, physical, mental, emotional, etheric, who am I, what do I exist within, and what exists within me, am I exploring, expressing, experiencing myself as fully as I can, then this vibrational becomes much lighter and is allowed to meet with a higher vibrational sacred geometry, known as the higher vibrational soul fragments. Just as we're garnering and calling in we don't get away from using these words higher and lower, because those that are newly awake and tend to define it as quantitative and qualitative, and it's not. They're only the words that we have to explain to you what is occurring at the energetic and biochemistry experience of your bodies and your cells and your matter, your essence as matter being created into higher light body sacred geometry. as you're allowing yourself to renew yourself and create new choices from your heart center, being heart presence, presenting yourself as source, living yourself as source, being all of the rays of source, you're allowing your lower self to lighten up to be the higher self in the sacred geometry connection. And they're called the higher self soul homeostasis. You call in those higher self aspects to garner with, just as we're releasing the soul fragments from 3 to 5D that have been challenging and dramatic, and healing those wounds, those psyche wounds. We call them the lower soul fragment integrations. There's also higher self soul fragment integrations, where they're pleasurable, where they're active, where they're very high vibrational. And then your body takes a few days to adjust to those higher vibrational codes and frequencies and stories. So again, it's an all experience. It's not just one or the other, it's all. And we're explaining it to you in a very fast and quick process. So as we're moving through these experiences of letting go and moving into a greater flow, there's nothing there that's really been created before us, because we're all doing it new. It's all what we're creating right now. And so some of us are like, okay, well, how am I going to, I want it to serve me. How can I create a life that's going to serve and be of benevolence to me and have my greatest joy and excitement of it, as well as serving my greater soul's mission and my soul's destiny to offer this to others. And in that, your soul's joy and excitement, and then this equal service to others, will always be in one and in the same if you're aligning in that experience. But then there's that trepidation that says, well, this has never been created before. So my teams were giving me, well, first of all, shift your perspective. It can be really exciting. It can be like going on a camping experience, that you had with your friends, and all of these beautiful experiences that you go on, like, weekend or the seasonal trips that you don't know what you're going to experience when you're there, but it's all the excitement and anticipation of where that journey is going to lead you. You stop and you get, beautiful smoothies and, frozen yogurt along the way, and all of those experiences along the way. The all journey is a part of it. The ego wants to say, well, what is that end result going to look like? And then you start co-creating on what you think the ego thinks that end result will be. So let go of the end state, because source and creator has all of these different opportunities that it's going to look 10 times better and more different than you ever thought it would. Carry that vibration of whatever that excitement is, and let the end state go, because again, source is going to show you, we're going to do this. How's that? And you're saying, well, I only thought of this. I only thought of this ray. And source is saying, you can have all these rays. So you got to let go of what the ego thinks the end state might look at. Use the vibration within this. The ego says, okay, I want to create this. I want to create a healing workshop for kids, and it's going to be directly related with creative art. So have that as a vibration, and then let go of the expectation so source can weave and thread all of the infinite potentialities in this. That's how you get your most expansive potentiation. I'm excited to create art. I'm excited to be new. I'm excited for that new version of me. I'm excited for that 5D timeline, and let the rest go. And source will weave you, living in that open space, living in that state of unknown surrender, living in that state of, okay, we're creating something new. I have no idea what's going to look like, and that's okay. And then they said, I was sitting back and I was going, okay, well, this is the new version of me, and this is what I want to feel like. I want to feel like this beautiful goddess of the sun, and this beautiful queen of the sun, and this queen of the heavens. This is the energy I want to vibrate. This is the energy I want to garner. I'm going to pull up these energies from my soul. I'm calling to my higher self. I'm harmonizing with my teams and my guides and the beautiful angels and the mothers and the sisters and all of these beings that I'm garnering these energies from. I'm just showing you how I do it. And you can use similar techniques at home, because again, we're living in a vibrational experience. So what vibration are we calling in for you, and which one of these rays do you want to start playing with? This is the reality creation of the unknown, because it's not there yet. You have to create it. You're already there. There's a part of you already there. But your experience and excitement now is to say, there's an infinite array of vibrations that source has given me. My now moment, my now vibration, my now feeling, am I feeling good? If you're feeling good, that's the state you want to start creating with. Don't start creating if you're just going through a release and you feel, like the dark night of soul. Don't create when you're in that energy, right? That's why to know your cycles is important. You want to co-create when you're waking up in the mornings. Wow, I see this sun. I'm out there. I'm on it. That's the vibration you want to start creating in, because it's purely aligned with your magnificence. And so you get this vibration, and these are the energies I'm garnering. These are the energies saying, I know this is my purest truth. I know that I'm here for the expression to be my highest goddess essence. I know that I've had timelines with the goddess Isis. I know I've had timelines with Mother Mary. I know I've had timelines with Jesus. These are the energy vibrations I want to call from the depths of who I am as the soul, all that I am as this soulful being, all of these versions of me that I know I have vibrational energies and experiences at, and I'm going to call them through the center of my being, because that's why your soul is with you. Your soul is here to say, we've got you. There's 1,000 aspects of you that you can pull from. Call us forward. We're helping you. And this, in this experience, say, yes, I am the goddess. I am a goddess mother. I am a goddess experience. And these energies are going to help me co-create whatever is going to be over there. We say over there, but it's always here. It's always now. And so just allow your mind to expand. And so in this, it's really exciting because, and so I thought, well, how else can I garner a new vibration? Because again, I'm keeping building vibrationally this new template. And so my team said, well, how do you feel when you're going from junior high to high school or senior? How do you feel when you're leaving senior and you're going into college? How do you feel when you're going from college to university? Or when you're just going from university into your brand new job? That night before you hit to something new, you have no idea what that's going to look like, but you're putting on your big kid pants, you're putting on your big girl gown and dress, and you're saying, this is the new me now. This is the new vibration of who I'm going to be now. And that old world is an experience and a beautiful blessing and a help and a garnering of appreciation into who I am right now. I'm taking all of the wisdoms, all of the blessings, and I'm going to be my new big girl now. This is going to be my new version of my queenhood. This is going to be my new version of my goddesshood. And I get to start garnering and start molding that vibration of my new me. All that I am as a multidimensional being, I'm saying, I'm going to go into queen-iversity. I'm going to go into my goddess-iversity. And I'm going to have this beautiful university experience, this temple sacred experience, where I get to start garnering all these energies and start building into this new version of me. That's a vibrational experience. I'm reaching and I'm feeling and I'm sensing and I'm honoring through the vibrational experience of who I am as an essence of all that is. It's all vibrational. So play, imagine, visualize, affirm. That's how you start building into these new realities through vibrations of all that you are. Feel up into the highest codes, call them down, and then vibrationally feel and play. Create it with your visualizations. Create it with the fun attunements. You know, create a sacred temple of how you look and feel within it. What kind of gown are you wearing? What kind of clothes do you wear? What are you, how are you moving about the planet? Are you levitating? Are you moving? Do you have a light ship? Start feeling into these higher vibrational potentiations that are all vibratory. That's how you start garnering the new version of you, that new 5D version of you. Those of you that, and every time you're moving through whatever your cycle is, when you're finished that release period, when you've had, usually those releases last about 2 to 3 days, depending on, again, the depth and the expansiveness and how many lifetimes that trauma is related to. Because on many traumas and many old souls, sometimes you can clear the same issue for 10 years. You know, like persecution and abandonment and betrayal, all of those things. Those are lifetimes that we've had 10 or 50, 100 lifetimes with. So sometimes you're going to go through month after month, you're going to have the continued same experience of deepening and releasing the depths of, subjugation. I mean, we've had thousands of years and lifetimes in subjugation. So you're not just going to go through subjugation once. It's an ongoing release until you're fully liberated as spirit. So you're this. And that's why every time you finish your release and give yourself 2 or 3 days to recover and repair and regenerate and revive, giving yourself those nurturing qualities that you need in a release period of your ascension, not planning parties or going out drinking or anything like that, because that will just suppress you even further. And that will make those releases even far more difficult. So please honor the spirit on what it's asking of you in those release periods. If you so choose, it's always free will. And then you get into that point of awakening. Those awakening stages and phases, and why we've offered the healing tools of journaling, are very important, because it allows you to see your cycle and allows you to be your master of your own ship. You get to say, this is now my awakening stage. Now I get to create my 5D reality. I've done a huge release. Now I'm ready to wake up into something new. Now I'm ready to create myself anew. Now I'm ready to say, this is my new sense of self. And I want to be a queen. I want to be an empress. I want to be the one that walks the planet and brings new grids to this new experience. I want to bring the codes from the heavens. Like, it excites me to be with animals. It excites me to be with the trees and the forests and the nature. And I'm going to bring these codes, and I'm going to feel into it. I'm going to sense it. I'm going to see it. I'm going to visualize it. I'm going to feel into it through my higher self and my soul. And they're going to help thread me I see everything as vibrational threads. And so for me, that's how I visualize and I work with these new garnering energies of me. And it actually is these golden gossamer threads that your teams and your higher self and your soul wrap you with. You get to call it in. Please call in those garnering threads of this specific lifetime and through which I've held this specific experience, i.e. leadership, i.e. Artist and painter, i.e. teacher, whatever it might be. You get to garner that thread and it wraps around your whole self so that whatever it is that you need physically, mentally, emotionally, or etherically, you're garnering that vibrational. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know, like my, like the essential oil sprays, whatever lifetime that this code comes with, your teams and your soul just spray it within your essence and you get to call in whatever it is that you need at that time. But know that it's all, however it was sprayed, is still in your field and you get to pull on whatever other aspect you need at another time. That's how multidimensional this experience is. And it's infinite. It's so crazy. It's beyond, I'm using what I have to explain it to you, but I can't. Oh, too funny. It goes far beyond that. And I'm just laughing with my teams right now when I'm saying, I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, but it's like, we can't explain how vast and how undeniable you are as light rays. And there's an infinite potentiation that you have to step into this beautiful you. Use the beautiful creative ways that your creative toolkit, the Christed toolkit, offers you to imagine, to play, to pretend, to visualize, to co-create something really new with you and your teams and your soul. And your soul will guide you. Your higher self will guide you. And in that will be the divine mind. Divine mind is directly related to the highest programs of the Holy Source Creator and all of the beings that you're threaded with to create what you've meant to co-create here in your destiny, your soul fulfillment, and why it will always be creative. You will know you're always in line with the source when you are creating through your highest perspective of the benevolent service of who you are. It will always be benevolent. If it is an ego, you will understand it because ego will come back as karma. That's how you're knowing whether you're co-creating from spirit. When you choose to learn your lessons through love, it will be a co-creative expression and it will always be benevolent. You know, it will always come back to you in a benevolent service of benevolence. That's spirit. If you are co-creating from ego, then there will be karma connected with it. Because the role is to surrender to spirit and know you're one with spirit, not for the self-service, not for fear and safety. Because if you're co-creating from ego will always be connected with and attached with old lower vibrating programs of control, subjugation, fear, limitation, all of those things. And that's what you got to go in and heal. Surrender to spirit. Anything that's out of ego for lack, you know what ego feels like. There's a difference. When you co-create from the passion of who you are, that's spirit. That's why we said earlier, you got to be in there. You got to be in that joy factor. Because if you're not in that joy factor, there's still a part of you that's delineating yourself and taking yourself out of what you're meant to enjoy. Your source wants you to enjoy every part of it. Source wants you to be a part of every ray. That's why we're here. So again, redefine what our selfless service used to be, because they're from old dogma that doesn't serve the highest vibrational alignment of, you know, the 5D potentiation. And what was getting me really excited was that this university, because I remember vibration, we all have these packets of information. Memories are not what we think they are. Just like when we take a picture and a photograph, it's not what we think they are. We have those tools because that's what we create in human 3D form and matter form, but it's not really what it is. Vibration, it's all vibration. Everything is vibration. Our physicality is an illusion. Our memories are vibrational packets, just like those psyche wounds are. It's no different. It's just the same thing. We're just calling them different things to understand between what a psyche wound is, because they're painful, we got to heal it, and what a memory is. It can be a psyche wound as well, but it can be also positive. Our memory is a vibrational experience. That vibrational experience, you can pull on it. We all remember the excitement and the trepidation and the uncertainty we felt that moment, that night before we were going to high school for the first time, or we were going to college or university, in which the old version of you had to be put aside. You said it was great. That's got to be put aside now, because now I'm going to step into big kid school. I'm going to step into, young adult school. It's maturing, spiritual maturity. So that's basically what we're getting at today. The spiritual maturity of who you are as a soul, stepping into these new energies and these new templates that you're co-creating. So how can you garner that experience through which, from previous experiences, if you say it's all now, from previous experience, you say, I remember the first time I went to public speaking. And everything that I was before that first time I got on stage, that was an old version of me, because now I'm stepping into a new version of me. And that old version, I'm taking all the wisdoms, everything else has got to go. Because right now you're stepping into the most expansive version of you, and you get to redesign it, you get to rewrite it. taking your best, taking your wisdoms, taking the highest love, taking all that you are, and you're creating something new. And then you go, you fan out like this. You're not taking the old baggage. You're not taking the old pains. You're not taking the old hurts. You're not taking anything that anybody else said to you about what they thought about you and the projection. Leave it behind. That's the old version of me. Don't even remember what it was anymore. Can't even remember the names. So you have to make that choice. That's something that you choose with your soul and your higher self. When I'm ready to step forward tomorrow will be my first day of my big kid school, of my goddess school, my goddess university, my queen-iversity. Tomorrow will be the first version of me, and I will no longer resonate with any old stories that continue to replay old cycles. Now I get to choose new. Now I get to be the queen. Now I get to be the garnering of who I am. And you get to choose that. You get to say, this is who I'm going to be now. This is the new reality I'm fanning out. This is who I am. My body will be perfect. My body will be healthy. My mind will be healthy. I'm expansive. I see my mind jetting out and all these synapses are growing and expanding and extending. And I get to choose. I get to be that version of me where I walk in my grace and my elegance. I get to feel the vibration of what it feels like to be completely honoring and confident of who I am. My voice brings greater truth. My skin feels better. My hair looks better. All that I am garnering the vibration of my queendom. Kingdom, emperorhood, whatever you want to feel into at that soul level. And you'll understand the difference between ego and soul. The soul will feel excited to be you again, excited to be that self-love of you again. Ego will be like, yeah, I get to walk around and I get to be fancy and I get to say that I'm this and I'm that in a title. That's ego. So feel into the difference. And keep feeling into it until you're completely surrendering the spirit. Do I get to be excited about me today? Do I get to say, I'm excited to express who I am today? That is a soulful expression. So feel into the differences on how you're feeling. Are you still subjugated to what the ego wants of you, or can you let go and be spirit? And if you're having those big soulful moments when you've done a lot of healing, you're saying, okay, now I'm going to go into my new university. I want that new version of me. Everything else from the past is no longer, it's done. Done, 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 done. I get to choose. I call judgment on everything from my past. I'm no longer reliving any cycles. I'm no longer revisiting any old relationships. I'm no longer stating any old words, any old versions, any lower vibrational energies that I am no longer wanting to connect with. I'm threading through intention, attention, and purpose of soulful excitement and creative expression. That's how you thread a new reality. That's how you bring your body anew. That's how you create a new you. And it's vibrational. And you're threading into this new creative excitement. You get to choose. So use the gifts of imagination. Use the gifts of your creativity. You know, how do you want that creative reality to look? You get to choose. And for me, it was always about school because I'm a born teacher. I love teaching. And so part of my favorite excitements was college. I loved college. I did a few university courses. I didn't feel the need to go to university and commit myself to that. I was too liberated. I wanted to have the flexibility of taking whatever courses I wanted to and just, having the flexibility of college. And I loved college. It was probably one of the best experiences I had. Because I got to be free in the classes I took, and I didn't have to have any specific program I wanted to sign up to. And that's how I see education changing down the road too, is just having an infinite number of classes and have kids and people just have different arrays of education offered, have different, silos and things set up so they go in and have that practical application and practice teaching. And then they also have the physical and the creative and the exploratory, and having these different adaptations so that it's a creative network and it's not necessarily a stifled program of tradition. And that's how we get to rewrite things. We get to feel into all of that source offers and not limit it in any way. And allow all others their freedom of expression. Allow all others their freedom to explore who they are. Because all children and future generations that you're going to be back creating and being a part of the next new earth, you're going to want that freedom and liberation. So allow those of us that are ready to press out and create new programs, allow those ones that really want to challenge old systems, and allow those that come forward and question, allow those that come forward and really create that shaking up. Allow them to do that. That's their job. That's why they're here. That's why we are here as code breakers. We are here to press the systems and say, we can do this in a different way. We can allow everybody to be valued. We can allow everybody to have a voice. We can allow the creativity of who we are as the Holy Christ to come forward and create something new. You can. We are all colors of the rainbow. We are the 13th tribe. We are the Holy Mother. We are the Holy Father. We are the Sacred Child. We are the 13th tribe. Beyond 13 dimensions, 14, 15 dimensions, infinite number of dimensions we have in this omnipresence that we can pull from, and why not? And I'm one of the ones here to shake it up. And I'm creating my own Queeniversity. So there. Because everything that was yesterday is no more. I can't even remember it. Now this vibration is so good. And this is what, thank you, Bashar. Thank you, Sasani. So we have some beings from Sasani here that are showing us. Thank you. Thank you, the Divine Feminine from there. And there's many children that are with us today. Thank you. We're so happy that you're with us, children. They're showing us when you get so excited about this new vibration, everything else just kind of fades away. And this is what's really important in this now cyclical experience, is that when you're so excited about this new now, everything that was, and you say choice, I choose to release this and let it go. Please take this from my vibration and de-thread it, extract it. Those are the conversations I have with my teams and my soul, the healing teams that I come with. Extract those vibrational threads. I no longer choose to have them a part of my frequency, because I know, and all of my drawings here, wherever it is, I need an assistant. I need an assistant. Who wants to be my assistant? In everything that we're moving through, this new now, this 5D now, that's so exciting, it's so exciting, it's so exciting. The more excited and the more energy, the more threading and the more joy that you bring this, the more of that all you're creating. And everything back here is no more. That's when you release that timeline fully and completely. Because you're not engaging with it. You're not entangling with it. You're not playing the old games. However those old games were, whether it's eating, unhealthy food, whether it's watching, poor entertainment, whatever it might be that you were feeding into, you can choose to let all that go. And that's why doing your daily self-care, your weekly self-care, your soul growth template allows you to say, I'm not watching, violent programs anymore. That's going to be my asking, my spiritual asking of myself this week. I'm going to devote myself to higher vibrational programming, to higher vibrational experiences. I want to speak higher vibrational energies to me when I'm looking in the mirror, I'm getting ready, or, I'm releasing the dark, dense energies when I'm in the shower at night. These are the things I'm going to commit to myself, because myself with God, myself in my pillar of light, myself as my allness, myself is creating my new 5D reality, and all the vibrations I want to experience it as, I love myself more. It's just like, love yourself so much so that everything changes. And you will. You are the secret to you. You are the secret of everything to you. So have fun playing and exploring and, getting into all that you are vibrationally. Feel into it. What does a queen feel like? Not based on old reality queens who were born into it, but the ones that serve as the queen, as the vibration of it. The caretakers, the grassroots caretakers and gentle, healers, the communicators, the leaders, the ones that are at the grassroots with the people. Whatever queen means to you, bring it into your vibration and bring in all those other timelines and all those other planets. This is why we're here. We're here to thread the all. That's why we have access. We've never been here before. 5D, threading the all. Every thread, every thread, every thread. Thread, 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 ray, ray, ray. Holy Source Creator. Micro, macro, micro, macro. You can do anything. I believe in you, and I will always be here for you. I will always stay in the vibration of inspiring, empowering, and encouraging you to step beyond what was. Let go of what was. Those stories don't matter anymore. It's done. As soon as you can say, I'm done. Like that clothes that are just too heavy. That's not who I am anymore. I'm done. I don't even remember I don't remember any of those conversations. It's done. It's over. Because I choose right now, this now, the moment that I choose as, thank you, Holy Creators, the Holy Mother, the Holy Father, as Source is, as my name is, body, mind, spirit, and soul, all that I am, every cell, every atom is in agreement, is in accordance. This moment right now, all that is not magnificence and does not vibrationally match with my new vibrational reality of this now moment that I'm co-creating as my queendom, done, gone. Does not matter. No longer engaging, can't even remember what it's about. Because this vibration is so powerful, and that's where all of you is. That's where all of you wants to be. That's where the health of all of you is. So vibrate, and thread yourself into something new. Out you go. So awesome. So thank you, dear lighted ones. Thank you for being a part of this beautiful queendom and this beautiful experience of who we are. I love the San Pellegrino juice. They have a ton of different flavors and they're so beautiful and fresh and light. I'm not pumping any products, but there are things that I really do like. I'm passionate about what I like. And what I like is connecting and entangling with you. And I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate to shine the light. Bring it in, God. Bring it in, God. Bring it in. Live through me. Look at these beautiful colors. You just can't. God. God's everywhere. Make no mistake about it. Every breath, everything within creation, God is, God is, God is. And you get in touch with everything that is God, not walking a moment without God, and you start walking as God. You're never separate. Never separate. So dear lighted ones, we love you. Namaste. Get excited about the unknown. Get excited about threading yourself through creative imagining, through your creative toolkit, and choose with every fiber of your being, the body, mind, spirit, and soul, connect with God, the mother, the father, the sacred child, and choose to let go of what no longer serves. No longer spiraling in old stories, no longer spiraling in old pains, no longer spiraling in old hurts. Disengage with the drama, disengage with the pettiness, disengage, and you choose with fervorness, you choose with your tenacity, you choose with all that you are, as the name is the Holy Christ. Surrender it to the Holy Christ within, and it's gone. Because you choose. You choose to step into something that's positive. You choose to step into something that's powerful. You choose to step into something that's undeniable for you because it feels really good. And you get to create it. You get to design it. You get to rewrite it. And you get to be the rare success of who you are, the goddess and all that she is, bringing forward new life from that spiral of time. You are a goddess. Male, female energies, each and every one of us have. So don't deny it. Don't deny the life-giving of who you are as a goddess. And the Holy Creator, as the Father, will support you in that, shining the light so that that sacred seed, the Father sees nothing more and wants nothing more than to provide you every ray of light that it can. The Holy Mother, in all of her grace, wants nothing more for you to plant those seeds of new, to plant that seed of creativity, to nourish it, to honor it, to be the light of all that you are, honor all the rays of light that you are. Not for one moment talking bad about who you are. No matter who says what about you, let it go, gone. And you say, what? I don't even understand the word you're talking about because that's not my vibration. I don't even know what that word means. Choose. You get to choose your reality, your total reality. You get to say what you connect with. You get to say what makes sense to you. And if it doesn't make sense to you, that's okay. You don't have to own it. You don't have to take it in. You don't have to absorb it. Just allow. Be neutral with everything. Be in the world, but not of it. That's when you get to stay and rise above. Just allow everything to be, and you get to go about your way, creating all fanciful as you do. Because that's you. Because you're a goddess. You're a god, you're an emperor, and you are a queen. You're a queen. All right, dear lighted ones. Namaste. We love you. Be shiny, be shiny, be shiny, because I know you can. I know you can. I rainbow you.